So today is a historical day. Today is a historical day for all the students of Sri Chaitanya, all the parents, teacher, and of all 50 years of coaching institutions and all institutions. This is a very important day because this is the first time any institute is going to provide All India Rank 1 in JEE Main, NEET and JEE Advanced. So this session is all about academics of toppers. We want to decode the brain of toppers. So before we start the discussion, I want to ask few questions with our academic director, Sushma ma'am. Please welcome Sushma ma'am. So ma'am, I'm going to ask you few offbeat questions, few questions which you encounter first time. So I have worked many institutions and the difference which I face in Sri Chaitanya, in all meeting you talk about academics. In all meeting you talk about how to improve the marks, what are the tests, and one more important thing which I have learned, which I have listened from you, how to categorically classify the mistakes of the student, how to work on that. I remember that in one meeting you told, let's say a student's score is 19 out of 100 in chemistry. So let's find out the 10 questions which they mistake. Then give the 100 questions from that particular 10 chapters. Identify the mistakes, find out what kind of mistake he's done. Is it conceptual mistake? It is numerical mistake or casual attitude. So this is a very unique way to identify the mistakes. And all the leaders do the same thing inside the Sri Chaitanya ecosystem. And I guess this is the reason that year after year, we are going to produce topper. And because of this, we are here to celebrate the historical result of almost all exams. We are producing All India Rank 1. So what is your vision towards academics?
It's as simple as that. We work with our hearts. Am I audible now? Yes. So it's as simple as that. We just work with our hearts because every member in Sri Chaitanya is trained to think of the benefit to the student. And we live and breathe error analysis. I can tell you that. I think every administrator in Sri Chaitanya, every teacher in Sri Chaitanya, apart from their regular curriculum, they spend a lot of time talking to students and sitting with their marks. Actually, after exam, they spend a lot of time analyzing their marks to understand where improvements can come from. And we have the luxury of so many branches throughout the country that actually gives us a realistic comparison. So we can compare from within branches also. So between Vijayawada, Hyderabad or Chandigarh or Mumbai or Karnataka. So we compare constantly, okay, that student in that branch has done it correctly, our student did it wrong, why? So every administrator thinks in that manner and compares between branches. So there is a huge healthy internal competition that helps students grow and succeed. And as you mentioned, error analysis is a huge part of competitive exams. That's the way to grow, apart from fundamentals and learning. So our vision towards academics is pure and simple. Whatever helps the student achieve heights, larger heights, that's where we want to work on and show them consistent improvement within the time they are with us.
That's great. And one more thing which I guess all the parents, teachers who are working for JEE, who are working for NEET must want to listen the answer from Sushma ma'am. What is the secret behind this success? What is the secret behind this success? What is the mantra of success? Because it is really difficult to get rank 1 in almost all exams. And from past 30 years, constantly, Sri Chaitanya ecosystem is producing top ranks. There are many viewers who wants to listen in Hindi also. अभी तक आप सबने तेलुगु में भी सुना था. तो एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ है जो अभी मैम ने कही, जब आप काम करते हो और काम दिल से करते हो, आवाज़ यहाँ से आती है, तो हार्डवर्क अपने आप होता है और वो कॉन्स्टेंटली थ्रू आउट द ईयर आप जब मोटिवेटेड रहते हो, उसका भी रीज़न यहाँ से निकलता है. और जब किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के टॉप पोजीशंस में जो लोग बैठे हैं और प्योर एकेडमिक्स की बात करते हैं, they talk about academics, they know what kind of problem the students are facing and how to produce a good result, how to work on their mistakes and how many hours they use to study, what kind of worksheet. और अभी थोड़ी देर पहले आपने सुना होगा प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में मैम ने शायद 15 मिनट्स तक क्वेश्चन पेपर की बात करी. दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. Generally, we prepare the question paper of JEE Main, JEE Advanced equivalent to the existing exams, जिससे बच्चों को ये लगे कि जब आप एग्जाम देने जा रहे हो तो यार वही पेपर है. So इतनी minute analysis है. यही reason है कि from two state of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, constantly we are producing topper across the country. और यही methodology, यही curriculum अब across country जाएंगे. और यही reason है कि इस type के results आते हैं. So let's understand the secret of success.
Well, the secret of success is just consistency, I believe. And first, we make it a priority to understand the student. Without understanding the nature of the student and what his strengths and weaknesses are, it will be very difficult to get such results. So every branch, the administrators, their job over the time is to understand the nature of the student. What excites him, what disappoints him, what are the areas he is afraid of, or what are the areas he finds that he is not good enough. I think those are the things that we try to understand and make it very student specific and the student centric, so that the parents, teachers, administrators and the whole system is working around the student to be able to support him in every single way. And as I said, the secret is consistency. Once the goal is set, once the student is ready and he understands what his goal is, and the teachers and administrators as a team understand what the goal is for that particular student, the next is to ensure there is a consistency in work throughout the period. The competitive exam, especially for advanced or NEET, syllabus is a lot, and the time student needs for revision also is very, very important, and number of practice exams they need to take is also extremely high. So the time is very, very crucial for any student during preparation. So a student wanting to get a best rank cannot afford to lose time. So our strength lies in the discipline and making sure student does not skip that schedule. And we try to ensure that students happily work in that environment, so they understand the risk they are taking by skipping a week or not working as hard in a week. Because every topic is important, every chapter is important. The cumulative effect result that you see today is a cumulative effect of the preparation they had in every single topic, subtopic, chapter. So that way finally all of that adds up to this wonderful result today that we are enjoying on behalf of them. I would like to thank all the kids, because today since morning the joy I am seeing in every single person around us, these kids have brought that joy to so many people within Sri Chaitanya, their families as well. Thank you each and every one of you.
That's great. And one more question I want to understand, and I want your perspective on this. To produce a good result, we require three stakeholders. One is students, second is organization like us, third is parents. So what is your message to the parents, and how you motivate? What are the things which parents need to do? Because 2 hours time is actually create very fatigue also in student. They get demotivated. There are a lot of kids who are unable to understand the concept. There is a lot of pressure they feel. So what is the message, right message to the parents, so that they motivate their child throughout this journey?
A lot of parents also feel pressured, unfortunately, along with the students, because they are in that journey together. And a lot of teachers also feel pressured, because they want to achieve a certain thing, and whenever a specific student is unable to meet that, they also get disappointed. I think disappointment is a natural course of wanting to do something better. We cannot avoid that in life. Whenever we want to aim higher and do something better for ourselves, yes, there will be a lot of opportunities for disappointment as well as feeling upset with ourselves. But that's okay. And we learn from it, we learn from experiences and move on. So we have seen, Sri Chaitanya has been very fortunate to have seen lakhs of parents throughout the years. And we've seen very supportive parents, we've seen parents who are extremely good and interactive with students, all sorts of parents. My one suggestion from my observations is, I am also a parent for a 17-year-old, so I can relate to all of you. Yes, it does feel, we feel the pressure at times, but let them be. If your child is in Sri Chaitanya, I don't think you need to worry, because we are here to take care of them. What you need to do is just listen to them, be there for them, support them. Whenever they need something, just be there and be a good listener. I think that will help the kids go a long way and gain the confidence that 1 or 2 marks, will not change their course of life in their internal exams, but they will get the motivation to work harder if we are all positive around them and give them that positive motivation. So my message to all parents is relax. If your kids are with Sri Chaitanya, please relax and enjoy your life. Be happy with them, and whenever you see them, be very happy so that they will draw the energy from your happiness. By the time they come to Sri Chaitanya, most students have a set goal in mind. So you have done your job. From then onwards, you just need to support them and support us with the efforts that we are doing for their improvement.
Great. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for answering all the questions. Now we start the academic discussion with all the kids. And thank you for joining us. Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am. So now it's your turn. So let's start academic discussion with all the students who are with me. All the students are under 100 rank in JEE Advanced, and let's decode their academic journey. Let's understand the kind of problem they face while preparing for JEE and how they overcome from this particular problem. Let's start the discussion with All India Rank 1, Chidvilas. So Chidvilas, it's your turn.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Chidvilas. I scored 341 marks in
Now
the
everyone knows you.
Yeah, okay. So my journey started when I was 9th.
So from class 9, you start your preparation.
Yes,
And in class 9, in physics, chemistry, maths, and all the subject, you did for your school or for JEE also?
I did for JEE and my school as well.
So what are the topic which you have covered in class 9? Any topic for class 11th which you covered in the class 9?
Yes,
What are those?
in maths I covered PNC, permutation and combinations.
PNC you have did in class 9 itself.
Yes,
Okay. And
and almost all of the maths topics. Yeah,
all the topic of maths of class 11th you did in class 9th.
yeah, except integration, I guess.
And you are able to cope up with those things?
I actually did not do it in full depth, but I did it as much as I can.
And it's your interest that you start reading and start doing the class 11th in class 9th, right?
Yes.
So because of that, you have never faced any pressure or any kind of thing?
No, I faced no pressure. It was my self-interest that I had to learn my topics, and I was actually very interested in maths when I was young.
What is your motivation to start from class 9? Because class 9 kids generally spend their time in playing and all that. What is your motivation? Why you start preparing for JEE in class 9?
Well, because my goal was to get into the best colleges in India, and I wanted to do the best research that I can, and the best resources that are available in India are in the IITs. So I really wanted to get into the best IIT that I can. So I've decided to prepare for JEE when I was young.
That's great. And when you were in class 9, I remember a couple of months back, I was asking same question to Venkatesh. Venkatesh is there? Venkat is not there, no? Okay. So he was All India Rank 1 in JEE Main, and your friend also. So I asked, he told me that when he was in class 8, he faced few difficulties while preparing the math subject. And same thing happened with you also when you are in the class 9 and you are working with the class 11th topic. Do you face any problem, or you are enjoying with the maths?
I faced no problem because
I
of a
need an
single
honest
reason.
answer.
Yeah, I'm honest. There is only a single reason that I faced. I mean, I faced some problem, but not much. The reason being, my teachers started it from basics, and they laid the foundation very well, and they went topic by topic. And I covered every topic as much as I can. So when I go to the next topic, all the topics that were done till now, I've covered them perfectly. So I faced not much of trouble in the new topics that I covered. Although I faced some trouble in physics, but in maths I faced no trouble.
And physics you have also mentioned in class 11th also you have faced some problem, right?
Yeah.
So this is a very fundamental question for all the students who are listening, and all your juniors. There are many students who face problem while understanding the concept, right? So teachers are teaching, but the kind of understanding required to clear that concept. They are facing problem, right?
Okay.
So in, let's say, physics, although you score very good marks in physics, so I don't say that physics is your weak, but you are mentioning 2 times that physics you face some problem. That means how you overcome the physics problem. What are the processes you follow, which kind of content you read, and how you build your conceptual clarity with numerical solving ability.
Okay. What we have to understand is that physics is not much different from math. Every physics and maths, they have the same thing, which is they start from a fundamental theory and then they develop everything from there. So in physics, we should not rush. First, learn the fundamentals correctly and learn what exactly is a theory. And such as if you take mechanics, first you have to learn what exactly are, you have to learn the basics perfectly and then move on to the next thing. And you have to learn everything with crystal clear clarity and have no doubt. We have to not rush and have patience in physics. Actually, physics is, now physics feels as natural as maths to me. And the mistake that I made when I was in 9th, I remember, was that I rushed in physics. I rushed into problem solving and I rushed to solve more material. First, learn the fundamentals perfectly in physics, and that will definitely help you get to your best in physics.
I want to know the exactly what you have done in physics, specifically in that particular part. When you are preparing the content, let's say the first topic is vector, let's say, assuming that you are about to learn vector, right? So the first tip, what you did, before going to any class, any lecture, do you revise the vector by yourself or you straightforward attend the lecture?
I attend the lecture first.
You attend the lecture first, right? And you understand the lecture entirely?
Not the first time entirely, but I'll understand it almost.
This is a very important thing for all the juniors because when you attend any classes, there is a possibility that few portion you are unable to understand. And the student get demotivated and they feel that they are unable to understand the lectures. You can listen from the All India rank 1. He is the God-gifted brain. And he was also saying that there are few topics which he, inside the lecture, he was unable to understand. And after that, he read the books, right? And one more problem maximum student face, let's say any topic, pick about the, let's say, vector. It required 15 lectures to complete. What I have seen, first lecture, student give full attention. Second, the attention decreases. When it comes to 16, the attention decreased to 10%. The reason behind, there is a backlog of 16 lecture. So on 15th of lecture, you required all the topic, you need to know, understand all the 13 lecture. So have you faced such kind of backlog problem?
Yes, I too faced a backlog problem, and your point is actually very valid. Whenever you go to the next portion, if you have some kind of backlog in the previous portion, you'll feel that something is missing. So whenever, suppose in the example of vectors, now we are going to the third lecture, and in the second lecture you had some doubts, but you forgot to clarify them. That should be avoided. Whenever the second lecture is done, on the same day you have to clarify whatever doubts you have and get fully confident in whatever has been done till today. And in the next lecture, just understand the lecture wholeheartedly.
This is the first point, and one more point I want to discuss. This is the problem statement of one chapter, having which required 16 lecture, and student start facing problem from 10th lecture, right? The second problem maximum student face. I just want that whether you have faced or not, and I will ask this question to all of you. I'm coming to each and everyone, right? So the kind of problem which student face, let's say you are in the class 11th, inside the class, first class, you remember your first class in the class 11, the excitement and the energy is very high. As you move to the 5th chapter, there is almost 4 to 5 months you already spent in classroom, right? So now the problems start creating because there are two kind of problem. One is the current chapter which you are doing in the, let's say, in the 5th month, and the second part, back of the mind, you think that there are so many chapter which is left. The particular numerical we have not solved. There is a booklet pending. So the backlog increases day by day, and in the class 12, maximum student face lot of problem. I just want to listen from all these topper whether they have faced this problem. If yes, what is the solution they find for this such kind of problems?
Minor backlogs will always be there, but major backlogs such as not understanding a concept, that should be avoided. A concept should always be like you should be fully confident with any concept in such a way that when I wake you up at midnight and ask you about it, you should be able to tell it. It should be at your surface. With regards to problems such as you miss solving some particular section of a book or you miss solving of a booklet, that you shouldn't worry too much. I'm not saying you shouldn't worry about that, but you should have lesser worry about that and you should concentrate more on whether you're fully confident about that concept, which actually matters a lot.
And one more thing, when you are in the class 12, let's say, so there are a lot many chapters in class 11th. If you include physics, chemistry and maths, almost 35 chapters are there, right? So when you are in the class 12 and your first major test or grand test, the topics are asked from class 11th. So do you revise the class 11th once again or you focus on the current chapter of class 12th?
I revise class 11 topics.
How you manage the time? Because this is the most fundamental question every student want to listen from you. How to manage the balance between class 11th chapters and class 12 chapter or existing chapter?
Well, that's why cumulative tests are actually useful. We conduct cumulative tests like for every 2 to 3 chapters, so that whenever 2 to 3 chapters are done, we revise them at once, so that we need not revise all the chapters at once. And when we get to grand tests, you need not revise whole books, whatever you have written or whatever you have studied. You just have to mark important points whenever you study, and during grand tests, just check on those important points because you'll not have time to check your entire notes. So this is what I've done. During cumulative tests, I've revised my notes, made important points, and during grand tests, I just checked on those important points.
Yeah, this is the important thing. So anyone who are facing the problem of backlog, that we are unable to cope up with the class 11th now, there is class 12, we are going to focus on the first chapter, and there is a lot of chapter of class 11th are pending. So every student actually face this problem. Every student face this problem, and there is a strategy which Chidvilas is also talking about. We need to follow that strategy, right? So let's speak, just pass on mic one by one and let's start asking, excuse me. So, Surya Teja, I am not going to take the name of any student. You have to introduce yourself today, right? So start introducing yourself.
Hi, I am Surya Teja. I have secured All India Rank 2 in JEE Advanced 2023.
Yeah, Surya Teja, I have asked few questions to Chidvilas, and I think it is very helpful for all the students who are preparing for JEE. The same kind of challenges every student face, and I'm trying to help all those students who are facing these type of problem from these topper. And as Chidvilas is also mentioning that he is also facing few problems of backlog and how to manage the lectures. The same thing I want to understand from all the students, right? So, Surya Teja, what is your weak area? Which subject is your weak area?
Weak area I had in after 11th class, but I tried to...
Let me correct the question. So I forget that I am discussing with All India Rank 1, 2 and under 100 students. So weak area or weak subject is not the valid question. I am asking you the question, categorize your favorite top chapter subject name like physics, then chemistry, then maths. If I ask this type, then what is your rating in physics, chemistry and maths?
I like maths the most, and second chemistry, and last physics. So maths I practiced a lot, so I liked it so much. Physics I was a little bit fear in some concepts and understanding. And chemistry I was a little confident because my memory power is a little good, so I was a little confident in chemistry.
So you face few problem in chemistry specifically because you are unable to memorize the things.
My memory is good, so I was a little comfortable in chemistry than physics.
Oh, you are comfortable in memory, so your chemistry part is very strong,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So what about your chemistry? Inorganic chemistry. Inorganic. I am asking all the questions which you like. how you manage inorganic chemistry.
It's actually shocking that I and Suratija have exactly the same things. I too have memory power, so my inorganic chemistry is my strongest subject.
So you can remember all the salts, name, color, everything.
Yes.
Oh, and in organic chemistry, you have did all the reaction mechanisms
Yes.
and all the reaction. You start your organic chemistry with reaction mechanism, or you start your organic chemistry with memorizing the reactions.
Well, it's actually a mix of the both.
That's good. That's good. So, Surya. So, what is your subject last name?
Physics.
Physics. So he is also facing few problem in physics. I guess physics, they are not facing the problem in physics, but yes, physics is a subject which required lot of efforts. Let's understand what kind of problem Surya Teja was facing in physics and how you overcome that particular problem. What is your problem in physics? Are you able to solve all the numerical which is given inside the booklet?
I was very comfortable in numericals, but few concepts I tried to think more and more, so I was a little bit confused in concepts by thinking more and more about it.
No, one more thing. When you are confused in particular concept, this is a normal thing, right? So all of you, all the juniors who are listening this video, it is very important. All India rank 1 and 2 are also saying that they are confused in few concepts, right? So this is normal thing. If you are also facing some problem, it's a normal thing. Now the solution, how they overcome this particular conceptual error, particular conceptual misunderstanding, let's understand that. So let's say in any particular topic, name one topic on which you still think that you required some conceptual clarity.
In electrostatics, I think.
And let's say in electrostatics, you feel that you need more clarity on the concept. That means while solving the numerical of electrostatic, you are facing some problem. And you are not much more confident on that, right? So what is your plan to improve the electrostatics?
I spend more time on electrostatics than
Spend more time in
on concepts than solving many numericals.
concept means you are going to read the theory or your notes again and again, or what?
I will just think about it, not reading many books or notes. I will just think about it, and if I am not getting, then also I'll go and talk to teachers personally.
Okay.
I usually don't refer many books and notes again and again.
Great. So just pass on the mic.
Hello, I am Abhinav. I have secured All India rank 7 in JEE Advanced 2023.
Congratulations, Avinav. So, my question to you, which I am able to ask from Chidvilas and Surya Teja, regarding the time management. Maximum student, when they are in class 11th and 12th, and it is really difficult to manage the times, right? So, student has to cover almost 75 chapters in physics, chemistry and maths in 2 years of time, and they are in the learning phase. They need to understand the chapter, they need to solve the question, they need to overcome from the backlog, they need to revise, and they have to perform in the internal test also. So, how you manage the time?
So, like an exam, you are asking?
Yes,
an
like example. You give very good example. I know in JEE mains also you you quoted a very good example which student appreciated, and it will create an impact in lot many students.
So, in exams, I would suggest that chemistry is a lifesaver, sir, in exams. So, like in chemistry, if you remember, you can easily solve the question in 30 seconds or like less than 1 minute. So, if
30
you
seconds
really,
in physical chemistry also?
not physical chemistry, organic and inorganic, sir.
Perfectly
So,
fine.
you can really save a lot of time in chemistry, sir. So, I would suggest you to be strong in chemistry, and after that, when it comes to physics,
While giving the JEE Advanced paper, you have picked the chemistry portion first or what?
chemistry first.
All the question in paper 1 and paper 2, you start with the chemistry.
Chemistry.
So you solve all the chemistry first.
All the
Same
chemistry
with
first.
you both also? What is your strategy?
Physics and then chemistry and then maths.
Your physics is weak, you have told, and you started with
It
physics.
was weak in the beginning. Well, it was weak in the beginning, but now I love physics.
So you start with physics and then move to maths and chemistry.
And chemistry and then finally maths.
Okay. And you have started with chemistry. You first complete chemistry, right? And
Yes.
before time you have wind up the chemistry?
Yes, sir.
Great. And then physics and then
Then
maths.
physics, then maths.
Perfect. And what kind of problems you have faced in the JEE Advanced? Which type of problem? Integer based More than one choice, single choice, passage. What do you feel? Which type of question you need to attempt first?
I have faced like a little problem in numerical base, sir. Not because I can't solve the problem, but I do some calculation mistakes. That is mainly because I don't do proper rough work, sir. Like I skip many steps, so I face problem in numerical types. Sir.
And this calculation mistake you did in the JEE Advanced, you must have done such kind of mistake in your grand test or not?
Yes, sir.
Still, this is a weaker area of yourself. You know that you are going to do the calculation mistakes.
Sir, I try to avoid, sir, but
How many marks you lose in calculation mistake?
some 16 marks.
16 marks you lose in calculation mistake.
Some 3-4 questions. Sir.
Oh. Okay. Fine. So continue with your electrostatic journey.
In time management, sir. So when it comes to physics, I would say you should be really strong in concepts, sir. Like when you read a question, you should not start thinking like how to solve this question. You should immediately get that idea how to solve the question. So for that, your concept must be really strong. If your concept is sufficiently strong, then I think you can solve most of the physics portions, sir, easily. For maths, you should do a lot of practice. Like knowing all the formulas won't be sufficient. Like you should write the steps very fast. So you should do a lot of practice, sir, on individual chapters. You should like focus on each chapter and solve a lot of problems for maths. So then you can manage your time in advance.
Great.
Hi, I'm Kaushik and I have secured All India rank 17 in JEE Advanced 2023.
You are only rank 17, and I want to ask two academic questions with you, and just want to understand what is the importance of notes, specifically in PCM, and how you prepare the notes on the same day during the class or after the class, and if after the class, how you manage preparing the notes, practicing the questions. So how you manage and how you balance these two things?
Means, I think preparing running notes in class is better than writing notes after the class because it will be more effective and time will be saved.
After the class.
While the class is running, if we make the notes, it will be better.
You prepare your notes while inside the class, while the class is running, right?
After that, I used to improve some points in that and I used to add while reading reference books and something.
That's great. And you solve all the questions which is given in Sri Chaitanya booklet, or you skip few questions?
At first, I used to skip and afterwards, I used to look at them back and I used to try them. If I not get still, I used to ask my teachers and clear my doubts.
But you ensure that all the questions will be done.
I think it will be very important to clarify your doubts frequently because it will be a lot backlog afterwards because some loopholes will be there after the preparation.
Okay. So have you faced a most common problem which students generally face? Let's say you have done all the question of atomic structure in class 11th. And in the month of December, when there is a grand test, you are going to revise the structure of atom, and you again try the same Sri Chaitanya booklet question which you have did in the early March and April time. So students face again, they forget how they have applied this type of question, how they have applied. Do you face such kind of problem?
Means I used to mark important questions which I faced difficulty at first time and I used to solve again afterwards while the revision is going on.
Great. So you continuously, you always give time to revise the chapter which you have already done, right?
Yes, I used to give 1 or 2 days in a week to revise my weaker concepts and improve them.
Great. Aviram.
Hi, I'm Abhiram. I secured 14th rank in JEE Advanced.
Great, Aviram. Aviram, what is your rank in JEE Main?
24th.
I remember I asked so many questions to you in JEE Main and you answer me in one word. So, Aviram, now I want an elaborated answer. Right? So, you are happy?
Yes.
Today you are happy?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So, tell me, there are a lot of works, right? There is lot kind of motivation what we need. For example, if I motivate Chidvilas, although he don't require any motivation, Still, if I motivate Chidvilas, go and clean your room. So this is short-term motivation, and Chidvilas will do this. But it is really difficult to motivate ourselves to work hard throughout the 2 or 3 years of time. So do you feel how you motivate yourself to work entire 3 academic years? Is there any strategy? Because, couple of days back, I was discussing with NEET toppers along with Rohit Sharma. And I asked same question to Rohit Sharma also. All of you know Rohit Sharma? Cricket fans? You play cricket? Yes? Chidvilas, you? Batting or bowling? All rounder. Cricket में भी all rounder है ये. Fine. So I asked Rohit Sharma same question which I asked to Aviram, how you motivate yourself for the constantly playing cricket for such a long period of time. He answered me, I remember he answered me simply, ऐसा कभी सोचा ही नहीं. I play cricket, I enjoy cricket. When I was in 13-year-old, I put my bag. You can see in the YouTube the same interview. I put my bag and go and play cricket. I enjoy the cricket, right? So there are some time you actually enjoying your physics, chemistry and maths. And when you are enjoying the physics, chemistry, math, you don't require motivation. But when you are in academics, there is a period when you feel tiredness, right? Because he loves to play cricket. How many hours you spent playing cricket during your preparation?
0.
So that means you want to play cricket, but because of your academic pressure, or you enjoy your academics, no doubt about that, but still you need to do practice, right? So you leave the cricket and start practicing. So sometime you also feel that I want to play cricket, right? So that time is a very crucial, and that time everyone facing in their life. ठीक है? तो अविराम पहले तुम आंसर दोगे. So how you face that? No, I love cricket or I love watching movie, but this time I need to do the assignment or need to solve these questions. So how you convince yourself?
If I don't want to study, I don't force myself to study. I just stop studying.
That means such type
I'll
of
take-
situations you have faced in very few times, right? One word answer, dekha. He always give one word answer. And he give one letter answer. Yes, no. But today you are going to speak. So start.
Hello, my name is Sahil. I scored 23 rank in JEE Advanced.
Are you happy?
Yes, sir.
You have two words. Yes, sir. That's great. So, Sahil, can you explain your overall journey in a brief way?
Yes, sir.
And I know you love watching movie. Na? You have watched Pathan, na?
Yes.
Can you sing a song of Pathan?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. You just explain your journey of 11th and 12th. The kind of problem you have faced and how you overcome all these problems.
I loved maths, sir. I was in first year I was weak in chemistry. Later on, practicing much, and I improved a lot in chemistry. Later in second year, I became weak in maths. I was
You are in weak in maths. What is your score in maths in JEE Advanced 2023?
102, sir.
102.
Like I was weak, sir, in second year. Later on,
You
I
was weak in
improved.
class 11th.
Second year, sir.
In class 12th.
Class 12.
Okay.
Later
That
on,
means
at
you
the
have,
end-
you have faced some problem in maths.
Yes, sir. At the end, last 6 months, I worked. I tried to improve a lot. I practiced a lot to improve my maths.
How you practice? You just open the booklet and solve the question, start solving, or you have read the theory, make the notes, then start solving. What is the process of that practice? How you improve your maths score?
I solved problems. Sir.
You solve the problem. From problem solving, you start developing your concept.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
I used to keep 1 hour test, sir. and improve myself.
And you increase the problem solving skill through solving more and more questions or giving more time to a particular questions.
I think better keep like give yourself 1 hour and try to cover all the 18 questions. Like if you face any difficulty in the fourth question, you just leave and try to attempt all the 18th question in the 1 hour. Later on, you give next 1 hour to improve or analyze those mistakes.
That's great. So let's move to my left hand side because they are waiting from a lot of time. So let's start. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Saket. I secured All India rank 12 in JEE Advanced 2023.
That's great. So all the students are underhanded and this is a very good discussion with such a bright child. And apart from the bright child, they understand the concept. They work really hard. And the most important thing, just like Chidulas is also mentioning that he loves to play cricket, but somehow he manages academics with his liking and disliking. And this is very important thing. And we all the juniors who are preparing for JEE Advanced, they can learn many things from these kids. And one more important thing, all of you are facing some problem. All of you are facing challenges. All of you are facing problem in time management, conceptual clarity. And you have learned that all the students are gone through this journey. They face the problem. Silas very well explained that he faced problem in maths. His score was very low. In last 6 months, he worked hard. So I just want to decode the word work hard. How you motivate yourself to work hard. What kind of thing you have done. What is the questions you have solved. Like this. So Sahil, are you in the social media?
Yes.
Great. Do you watch YouTube and everything?
Not during my college days.
That's great because from couple of years I have seen YouTube is good for few things, but there are many things which actually student distracted. There is lot of motivational speakers, lot of teachers actually misguide the student. So it is good to avoid such kind of things and focus on your goal. This is the most important thing. So let's start your journey with what you have done. You like Chidvilas, you have also started in the class 8, 9, 10th or what?
8th class.
8. In class 8 you have start your class 11th?
I started with class 11 syllabus, but not to the depth.
Okay.
I just learned some basics of class 11, class 12 syllabus.
Okay. So have you faced any problem in class 11th? And this is a very good thing that all of you have started. I have discussed with this part. I will ask this question to you. All of you have started in class 8. So I guess when you are in the class 11th, you have not faced that particular problem which generally students face. I remember one day I was in a school and there is a NTSC batch. All of you know NTSC, right? So there is a NTSC batch. So NTSC batch में पढ़ा रहे थे. तो ये बोला कि ये अभी ना इतना ही पढ़ते हैं. And this is the month of December. And I know that is the structure of atom. And there is a Schrodinger wave equation. All of you remember Schrodinger wave equation? So I told that let's discuss in the class 11th. Abhi you are in the class 10 because it required lot of integration and differentiation. So it will be good to have Schrodinger wave equation understanding in the class 11th. Right? So it is the time of December, I remember. So just after 3 or 4 months, all the kids come to the class 11. And there is a structure of atom in the first chapter. And we explain all the Schrodinger wave equation. Then maximum students suddenly surprised. They are also bright child. Surprised that, sir, in the class 10th, December month, you are saying that this required lot of thing. ये 4 months में ऐसा क्या change हो गया? हम इतने बड़े हो गए कि अब you are expecting that you are going to listen and you are going to learn entire thing. So this in our India there is a difference in class 10th and 11th syllabus. So because you have prepared, you start developing your concept from class 8. I guess you have not faced that problem in when you moved from class 10 to 11. Have you faced any problem when you moved to 11?
No.
No. And you all the lectures delivered in the class, you understand everything?
No.
No. So let's say there is a chapter which you are unable to understand. So what is your first tip?
I give more time and I try to understand the topic. If I don't, then I'll ask my lecturers to explain it once again.
And when you mention that you give more time, so let's say you give more time, let's say any topic which you still feel that this is not a good chapter. Any chapter which you think that this is a chapter which I am unable to understand, let's leave this. I am not going to prepare this chapter for JEE Advanced. There is any such chapters?
I feel I am not confident in some chapters, but I did not leave any chapter like that.
You have covered 100% syllabus.
I think so.
Great. Obviously, because before the complete coverage of all the chapter, it is not possible to score such a good marks. So let's say you have faced some problem and you mentioned that you did hard work. So how you define hard work? How you start that particular hard work? I mean to say the journey of that particular hard work. Have you read the theory given in the textbook? Have you gone through the notes which the teacher explained? Or simply you have asked your friends or you go to the teacher that I am unable to understand this concept? Let's say any concept which you face problem, how you overcome that problem? What are the things which you have did?
Firstly, if I don't understand a concept, I read it from the notes and textbook. Then I try to apply the concept to some problems.
And let's say one problem. Let's take any one problem and you are unable to solve that particular problem. How many attempts you generally give to that particular question?
Depends.
1, 2, or if you feel, अरे आप बोर हो गए, अब नहीं करते.
If I don't get idea of how to do, I just leave that question.
You just leave the question?
I'll return after some time. Even if I don't get it, then maybe I'll ask my teacher to explain it. Then after explaining, I'll think, why didn't I get that?
Great. That means slowly you have built the concept up to that particular mark, right?
Yes.
Good. Have you prepared your notes?
Yeah.
You looks like that you have not prepared your notes like all other people are doing with multiple color and everything, attractive
like
notes.
No, I don't prepare any attractive notes.
You have prepared your attractive notes? Your notes are attractive?
No.
So I am asking, I will ask few questions more with all of you. So let's move to.
My name is Venkat Yogesh. I secured 18th rank in JEE Advanced.
Congratulations. So you have heard all the explanation from all these students, right? I asked one question with time management and sure. And I want to understand how you manage the time. What is the best way you have find out to manage the time during your 11th and 12th?
In exam or during practice?
Practice.
In practice, they generally give 4 hours to each subject in daily. Lectures used to teach 2.5 hours in class.
2.5 hours in class, okay. And how many hours you spend in your after Sri Chaitanya class?
I didn't understood the question.
You don't know?
I didn't understood the question.
Okay, great. So let's move to him.
I am Shushant. I secured 67th rank in JEE Advanced.
You secure?
67th.
67, great, congratulations. So, tell me about your journey of 11th and 12th. What are the differences you face while moving to 10th and 11th? And what is the message, do's and don't do's, right? You want to give to your juniors?
Well, at the start of my 11th, I was strong in maths, average in chemistry and physics. But I understood that chemistry is scoring subject, so I spent more time in chemistry than in maths. Eventually, in second year, I became strong in chemistry, average in maths and physics, which improved my score a lot than in first year. But during that change, I scored a little lesser than before in 11th. During that time, we shouldn't feel depressed due to that change, and we need to stick to the plan. Within 2 to 3 months, it will show our results.
That's great. Same question I want to ask to him also.
Hello, my name is Vivek Kunchakurti. I have secured AR 73 in JEE Advanced 2023.
Continue. So, I want to understand, during your preparation journey, I have seen lot many students, when they are unable to understand the concept taught in the class, they get demotivated. And they start self-judging. This is the main problem of maximum student, and this is the common problem also, right? As a teacher, we generally motivate students, right? What student perspective is that student like you or like all other students who are toppers, they don't face any problem. They understood all the lectures. While solving the question, they solve all the question. They don't face any problem. Is it true? Have you faced any problem? Or have you get demotivated during your preparation journey?
It's not true. We too face many problems.
How you overcome, what kind of problem you have faced?
Whenever, whenever I
You
solve
get
a-
demotivated when you face the problems?
somewhat.
Somehow. And how you motivate yourself?
My
You
friends
listen to your
encourage-
parents help you out.
Yes. My friends encourage me a lot whenever I am demotivated.
Your friends.
Yes.
That's great. So I will ask few more questions with you. Let's start with it.
Hi, I'm Divi.
Great. So you are the only girl child who are here. So there is lot many questions is I'm going to ask you. The first thing is that when you are in class 10th, what motivates you to prepare for JEE Advanced, and how strong this motivation is?
I didn't have much of a foundation in 9th and 10th. I started in 11th.
That's great. You have not started in class 8, 9 just like other student. You started in class 10. That means
11.
you have faced few problems
Yeah.
of syllabus change.
Yeah.
Have you faced that? So you have faced in class 11 the initial chapter, because all your friends who are with you in the class, they have did lot of concept they completed in class 8, 9, 10. So they will understand the concept more faster than you, right? These things happen with you? Great. So how you handle these problems?
All our teachers were very supportive, like they started from basics. And I also faced another challenge because it was online classes, so it was a little harder to understand. But
You have took online classes
in 11th it was online.
because that COVID period.
Yeah.
Perfect. Huh?
But my teachers were very supportive. Like whatever question I asked them, they didn't say it was a very basic doubt or anything. They were very patient and they clarified all my doubts. And they always motivated me. Even if I got lesser marks, I think they saw potential, so they never said that I should get more. They never pressurized me, and I used to have fun learning, so I didn't feel that much pressure. So I slowly started getting better and better.
And when there is any concept which teacher taught you and you are unable to understand, and teacher have given the assignment or worksheet or booklet, solve these many questions, and you start picking up the question. Because I have seen that there is lot many students who are unable to understand the concept. While solving the question, they are unable to solve that particular question. And let's say there are 20 questions in one exercise of MCQ based question or single choice, and you start picking up from the first question, you are unable to solve that. So have you faced such kind of problem that in a particular chapter you are unable to solve the exercise? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Then what you do?
I have some particular reference books which have solved examples, so I generally try to go
You
through
pick
this.
the solved example. That is the best way. And what you did, ma'am, I have listened many students that solved example helped them a lot to understand the concept, right? To understand the questions. So how many solved example you do for your weak area?
As many as there are in the book, like I try to map the questions from the worksheet and check if there are any similar questions in the textbook so I can understand it.
And you see the solution also.
I'll try it once myself. If I don't get it, I'll see the solution.
Okay. And generally what happened, you put your notebook to the solution and start solving the question, right?
Yeah.
So after doing how many questions, you start getting confidence that you are able to understand these concepts?
5 to 6 questions.
5 or 6. But initial 5, 6 are easy questions. Generally the question difficult start when you move to 25 or 30. So you solve all the solved questions which is given in the
Pick
question.
some easy, some medium, some...
You pick randomly, right?
Yeah.
So this is the best way to manage the time, right? Because of that, you are picking that particular question because you have limited time and you need to wind up the concept. And after that, you go and solve that particular MCQ. And still you face problem in solving the MCQ, or now the MCQ you are going to solve easily?
Sometimes I still face an issue because there might not be a similar question. Like maybe I won't get the idea or something. So then I'll try some more. Like I'll keep it to the end and I'll try doing it again. Otherwise, I'll ask my teacher.
That's great. So I guess I have asked as many questions as I can to help all the students who are preparing for JEE and who are in 11th, 12th or 13th student who are going to appear for JEE 2024, 2025 or 2026. Or there are many kids who are in class 9th and 10th, and all of you have seen that maximum toppers start their preparation from 9th and 10th, but this is not a mandatory task. If you like your academics, just start with that. There is no need to take the pressure. Go with the flow, read the concept easily, don't take the pressure. This is the most important thing. Now, I want to ask few questions and I want the answers. If yes, raise your hand. If no, don't raise your hand. Fine? Fine? Happy? No need to answer, Aviram. Just raise hand. Fine. So my first question is, JEE Advanced 2023, I guess all of you have seen the questions. JEE Advanced 2023. As compared to 23, this Advanced 20, as compared to 2022, this Advanced 2023 is easy or difficult? If easy, raise the hand. Almost everyone. As compared to 23, sorry, as compared to 22, 23 JEE Advanced is easier. Yes? Ah, great. That means as compared to the previous year, almost every student are saying this JEE Advanced is easier. Fine. How many of you rank 1 in maths? You love maths. Raise hand. All of you having maths. You are confused. So, there are few people who enjoy maths. For physics, there are physics. Chemistry, my subject is chemistry and there are only 2 students who are raising hand. You also like the chemistry, na? No. You have very good memory and you are not raising the hand in chemistry. Okay, fine. So, and physics, physics 4, great. I know these 2. So, this is the subject interest, right? Acha, one more question. How many of you feel that 11th and 12th, your academic journey is stressful journey? You can. Stressful journey? Okay. And how many of you feel that you give your 100% for this JEE Advanced 2023? 100% means you have did everything, whatever is required to prepare for this exam. 100% efforts, all of you. How many of you think that you have put your 100% effort? Raise hand. No one. No one. That means all of us are trying to do work hard and still we are unable to give your 100%, including all the toppers. So this is the most common thing, that we are unable to give our 100%. So motivate yourself to give 100% and without any stress, right? So I guess we have covered many questions and all of you have answered very well, and I am 100% sure your answers will be helpful to many students, and many students will learn lot of things, including motivation, including the right set of strategy, how to prepare the notes and everything from this session. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you everyone. Thank you.